Hey friend, in this video, we are going to be painting a loose style hydrangea. So this is a very popular asked for flower. And so I'm showing you how to do a very, very easy way of painting a loose hydrangea, and it's beautiful. So if you're ready, let's dive in. All right, so I'm gonna grab my size 6 brush and grab a hydrangea color. They come in purples and pinks. I really like cobalt blue mixed with a little bit of black and a lot of water. That's my favorite hydrangea-ish color. But you can do ultramarine violet. You can do some opera rose and scarlet lake and a lot of water for a pinky color. Up to you, really. But if you watched my cherry blossom sprig video, it's going to be very similar to that, except we're going to create this kind of like ball shape with our overall hydrangea sprig. And I'm just going to start with some full flowers here in the center. I'm going to angle my brush for all of my petals. I'm going to angle my brush at about 35 degrees away from the paper so I have a slanted hold. And anytime I lay down a petal, I want to point my brush to where I think the center of that specific flower is. Because a hydrangea ball isn't just one big flower. There's a lot of tiny little flowers all on this one stem with multiple stem offshoots coming out. So I'm going to basically just paint a bunch of these scattered baby flowers. So I'm always pointing my brush back to the center of the flower, whether it's a full flower or it's just a side, like you only see a couple petals. I'm always pointing back to where the center of that flower is. And I'm just laying down some petals first and not thinking about the overall shape of this circle just yet, but I'm just pointing and pressing and lifting up with my brush. Maybe some of these petals are a little darker than others, so I'm adding water to the ones that I want to look lighter. Let's do another full flower up here. And these flowers, I'm making them star-shaped flowers. So just like the cherry blossom, I've got 5 petals and they're all pointing back to the middle of the flower. I'm leaving some good white space between each flower or petal too, so I can add in some stems and leaves. Hydrangea leaves are really big, and it's going to be at the bottom of this ball shape that I'm making. But so see how my brush is rotating around the center of the flower. So I'm always pointing back. Adding some Prussian blue to my cobalt blue for some of these, so they're darker. And I'm making sure to always focus on play. So I'm never overthinking where to put my next flower. I'm generally just placing the flower and then seeing how the white space plays between each flower or petal. And the quicker I paint, the more I can use these wet and wet moments to create some fun texture and bleed. And now that I'm starting to get further away from the center, I want to paint really light. So I just have a little bit of pigment on my brush and mostly water, and I'm just going to have these little nods of petals poking out around these darker flowers and petals, because that's going to make it look more three-dimensional and more round. Starting to form that circular shape. So getting lighter and lighter on the edge of this circular shape. I'm just starting to kind of just make little marks around. They don't have to be full petals anymore because they're just kind of peeking out over the tops of these other petals in front of them. Kind of like a firework shape. Then I might go back in and darken some of these petals that are here towards the center to really make that shape and that dimension pop. I'm going to grab sap green and a touch of Mars Black for my stem. I'm going to be on the side of the stem and using a 35-degree hold away from the paper, I'm just going to lightly bring in this stem. And have some leaves kind of falling right here. So I'm just going to use the side of my brush and the leaf is going to come right here. So I'm going to put pressure and then release that. Maybe grab some water and then apply a lot of pressure and release that. Let's do a leaf with a lot of lemon yellow deep in it right next to it so it doesn't blend in and just look like one big leaf. And we'll have that come here and be shorter. Using the side of my brush for these leaves instead of pointing my brush like this so I can get kind of a rougher edge. And then one more leaf maybe over here. Pressure, release. And then we can paint in some stems, poking through some of this white space. Some yellow-green. All right, there you have it. The hydrangea is complete. It's so pretty. We have a nice dimension because it's not all the same hue, not all the same value, which I talk about a lot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch some previous videos. Our color study chart video is really going to help you understand hue and value scales so you can implement that practice in your hydrangeas, in everything that you paint, so you can really elevate the painting and make it feel more dimensional instead of a flat, boring piece. And also, if you struggle with the leaves, check out our series on leaves. It's fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, of course you did, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of my future tutorials because they're freaking bomb. I had somebody the other day message me on Instagram, not to toot my own horn, who basically in a message was like, I would pay good money for these tutorials. And it's true. People are charging a lot of money for their watercolor tutorials out there, but these I'm giving to you for free because I do believe that creative play is necessary in all of our lives, and it can help make you a better person and make me a better person and the world a better place. Thank you. Speech is over. Hope you loved the video. Comment below with what other flower you would love to see from me from our next tutorials. Comment below, like the video, subscribe. Don't miss out on any future tutorials. Bye. A nice little sunflower on its side. And then maybe we have our stem curving at the top.